Well, here we are then, part number 8, and the final 2 chapters of the Breaking Point story mode on F1 2021. And last time out, we had a very, very juicy episode, taking out Devin Butler, not planned, but taking him out at the Japanese Grand Prix, and it moves us into chapter number 15, with Alfa Romeo continuing to put together an impressive run of form. The gap between 4th and 5th places in the Constructors' Championship is continuing to narrow. The United States Grand Prix, 2 weeks later. And, you know, going into this Grand Prix and going into these final 2 chapters, you know, where we're at now, you know, things are starting to come together a bit. We've now understood that Butler is the real villain here. He's tried to turn us, driving as Casper lately, obviously, against Aiden, who we began driving as at the start of this story mode, and now the two are working together better. Everything's kind of all water on the bridge. Even Brian seems to be a bit happier, it seems, I think.
Zoe.
Daddy!
Hey, Lils.
Mommy says you're in America where the cowboys live.
Yeah, Daddy's in America.
Are you racing with cowboys, Daddy?
Yeah, 1 or 2. Hey, who's your favorite racing driver, Lils?
You are.
Just checking. Love you.
Love you, Daddy.
Hey, can I speak to Mum?
Bye.
Hello?
Apparently she enjoys hanging up on you these days.
So it seems.
All set?
Yeah, all set.
The odds are shortening on the 4th place finish for Alfa Romeo.
It's a shame. I enjoyed being the underdog.
You've still got to beat Butler.
We've still got to beat AlphaTauri, you mean?
That too, I guess. Right, you go and prepare. See ya.
Bye.
See, even our wife understands that it's about beating Butler. It's not about AlphaTauri. You know, the story's obviously focusing on the Alfa Romeo fight, but in reality, we all just want to beat Devin Butler. I mean, we took him out. We laughed a bit last episode. If we can do it again, you know, in this one, in the final ever episode, as we round out the story, that would be great as well. An interesting little email here from Brian, just kind of saying about, you know, Aiden obviously being scouted by Ferrari and asking us to maybe put in a good word of, you know, if he does stay, you know, the team will take care of him, Alfa Romeo take care of him. So I like it, and they're kind of planting little seeds here in the emails with, you know, what could possibly go on and happen once this story is over, once this season's over, you know, leaving it up to us to kind of imagine what might go down after this one. And to be honest, if I had to pick, I would say the story would have to go with Aiden going to Ferrari. I don't know, who knows? Who knows in the future? We don't know what Cody's and EA are thinking about, but who knows in the future? Very much like with FIFA and the Journey, maybe we're going to get a second sequel to Breaking Point, where it follows Aiden to Ferrari then or something like that. That'll be quite exciting. But anyways, we're now going into the USA Grand Prix weekend, and I think we're going to bump into a familiar but annoying face.
Fellas! Sell-out crowd, they're saying. Casper, I haven't seen you since you announced your retirement.
No.
Well, fair play to you, mate. Takes a brave man to admit he can't compete anymore. I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying, you're a brave man. I'm paying you a compliment.
Now you're saying I can't compete?
Nah, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant some have said that, well, you're past your prime, that's all.
That won't work anymore, Devin.
Sorry, what won't work?
We know what you've been saying about us.
Oh, I genuinely don't know what you're talking about.
You know, I used to think you were just a gossip, Devin. Now I know you're a liar.
Oh, come on! You guys used to be so much more fun. Used to get into fights, take each other out of races. We all enjoyed that. I mean, you know, it was very entertaining. Now you just mope around bickering over who said what. It's a bit petty, to be honest, guys. Seriously, you're supposed to be role models.
Yeah, I won't argue with you, Devin. I won't win.
Yeah, you do seem to struggle a bit with winning, to be fair.
Yeah. And maybe you are right. Maybe I am past it. But he's not. And he's the better driver.
What, the rookie? He's only just got here. You do know the Ferrari seat's mine. The contract's as good as signed.
There's just one problem with that, Devin.
Huh? Enlighten me.
I don't believe a word you say anymore.
Tell him, mate. Mate?
I don't know who this is going to.
Oh, my guy, Lando. Go on. Go on, son. I wasn't ready for that. I didn't know Lando had a little speaking role. When did they get him to do that? But the gloves are very much off then. That was awesome. Casper and Aiden standing up and not taking any more of Devin Butler's BS, basically. And yeah, when Casper like pointed over like, but he's quicker, that was for me, like at that moment in time, put something like Avengers music on the build-up when he gets off the table and like steps forward. That was like, yeah, okay, I may not have it, but this guy, he's gonna smash you in the race. But love it, love the vibe. So we're ready. We're gonna be joining mid-race at the USA Grand Prix with Butler's mind games no longer having any effect. Ackerman sets out to take the race directly to the man who caused the rift between the two teammates at Alfa Romeo.
Okay, Casper, you're doing great. Let's keep this up.
Here's Butler ahead.
Butler, you're closing on him. No theatrics, please, Casper.
Yeah, understood.
Now, you see, it's already a bit too late for theatrics because we kind of already did that last time out of Japan. But, you know, I can't promise anything. Casper said, you know, he's understood. But I personally, aarava, driving as I can't make any promises about any theatrics. But right now, we're going to go chasing after Butler. And that is the only objective in this race then. 7 laps to go around Kota. And the one and only objective is beating Devin Butler. So we can definitely do that. And we go chasing after him. We've already overtaken Lance Stroll and the Aston Martin. Latifi very awkwardly getting out the way. Not quite as quickly as I wanted to. So that was very, very awkward because I wasn't really sure where he was going, left or right, which way he was going to let me go. But that finally does release us and we have caught up to Esteban Ocon on the very next lap then, lap number 10. So 4 to go. Butler's in P6, so this is going to be a little bit close maybe if we don't get a move on here. So need to try and get a move done on Ocon at the end of this straight and then get immediately on the back of, I think that's Pierre Gasly, the other AlphaTauri. Ocon goes a bit defensive to the inside. That's fine. We've got the DRS here. And in the brake zone, it's a pretty easy overtake, actually. A bit of a lock-up on the front left. Slow the thing down. And now we go chasing after Gasly. And then it is on to Butler. And he's actually been overtaken. He's down to P7 then. So I think one of the Ferraris, I think, overtook him. So he's down to P7. So that's pretty good for us as well. And Gasly's going to be mincemeat here as he does not have DRS. We do. And I think our tyres are a lot fresher. He's on the softs. We're on the mediums. I think his soft tyres are maybe worn out a bit. Then we've got a squabble up the road, and our teammate Jackson is also involved there. We've got a Haas that's under blue flags of Schumacher, but Jackson right on the back of Devin Butler. So not only do we have to try, well, we have maybe a double chance, you know. Our engineer talked about no theatrics. I'm just saying, you know, we're catching up to Butler and Jackson's there. You know, we could do a bit of, you know, teamwork, a little bit of a, you know, you go on the left, I'll go on the right, bit of a pinch and squeeze, pinch some movement. You know, I think the FIA wouldn't really mind it, to be honest. But I think that plan is kind of out the window because Jackson's overtaken him, and that's opened up the window for me to go for the move on Butler. He's slow through the double right-hander. Down the inside we go, side by side. We've made contact. Butler's hit us. We've gone a little bit wide, but Devin Butler has made contact with us. He's kind of pounced back a little bit. Is that revenge for the Japanese Grand Prix, I wonder? But I think the gloves are well and truly off between myself and Devin Butler, and this is going to get a bit frosty as we go across the line for a new lap. Banging tyres, going to push Butler towards the inside, go back to the racing line, cut in tight for this switchback move, and it's a textbook one. We cut across him and we make sure we assert our dominance there to get up into P8. It's a massive wobble for us on the exit, but we hold it thankfully, and we're going to hold this through ahead of Butler. But my oh my, that got a bit tense and that nearly got a bit over the line in a way with the way we squeezed him, but needs must when he's hitting us as we overtook him. But here we are then, finishing ahead of Butler. Jackson ahead of us as well, so both of us scoring good points in the fight versus AlphaTauri in this midfield championship battle.
Well, this season promises to end in quite the dramatic fashion. The tussle for the top continues, but in the midfield, Alfa Romeo very much closing the gap on AlphaTauri.
Both teams have had a terrific season. Butler and Jackson rumoured to be in the running for that open Ferrari seat too. I can't wait to see how it all plays out.
If you're anything like us, you won't want the season to end, but end it must. From here on in, every second of every lap counts. What a riveting season it's been. Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
So that was an exciting race from our perspective. Let's have yours.
Yet another victory over rivals AlphaTauri today, Casper, and more speculation over whether or not you can steal that 4th place. What do you have to say about that?
Obviously, a big part of this whole season story is, having the eye on 4th place for a while now, and, we have now buried the hatchet, and we know as a team what we're capable of, and we can do this. We can smash Butler, we can smash Gasly, and we can get that 4th
yes,
place.
And rightfully so, in my opinion. We've had our eye on 4th place for a while now, even when others have written us off. We're working tirelessly to make every second of every race count, and it's right that that's reflected in the standings. We know what we're capable of, and we know we can do it.
Your retirement grows ever closer, of course. Is that something you think about?
Now, this is a really interesting question, and 2 very interesting answers in terms of ways we could go about it, with the way Casper might feel, no, I've got a job to do, and I feel like, Casper in a way would be kind of like, no, I've got a job to do, that's what I'm focused on, off track is a different story, but at the same time, we've seen the softer side of him, and we've seen that he's enjoying his racing now, he's back to his best, and so maybe that retirement's allowed him to enjoy the racing a little bit more, I think.
Yes, of course. It's easy to take a race for granted when it's all you ever do. But when you only have a certain number of races left, each one takes on a greater importance somehow. I think my retirement has allowed me to enjoy my racing a little bit more, and I'm grateful for that.
Are you looking forward to your retirement? How will you spend it?
Now, with this question, this is where I'm going to go with. I think Casper would just go, ask me once the season's over. Right now, focus on the job.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we? I'm still an F1 driver, and I still plan on driving the remaining races. Ask me again when the season's over.
Appreciate your time.
So we round out Chapter 15 with Ackerman managing to best Butler at the United States Grand Prix, earning some much-needed championship points for Alfa Romeo as they continue to snap at the heels of their rivals at AlphaTauri. And now with that done, we're getting now towards the final chapter, chapter number 16. I assume it's going to be at the end of the season, so we're going to be focusing on that. And, the momentum's building. Everyone's got that final fight on our mind versus AlphaTauri to get 4th place.
Aiden.
Casper, hey, we're closing in on AlphaTauri.
Yeah, good race out there.
I think we can do it, Casper. I think it's on.
You know it's not going to be easy, right?
Well, the fights that can't be won are the fights you fight the hardest.
That doesn't make any sense.
Of course it does. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Just wanted to say congrats.
Yeah, you too. See ya.
Bye.
Hey, that's a nice throwback. That was the phrase that Aiden's mum told him as a bit of a good luck charm in a very early episode. I think it was part 1 or part 2 maybe of the story, and he's actually, he's actually remembered it and used it.
Brian.
Casper, debrief has been put back 10 minutes, so you've got a little more time.
Okay, thanks.
Great race out there today. Who'd have thought we'd been pushing for 4th just a few months ago?
Yeah, well, you know what they say. The fights that can't be won are the fights you fight the hardest.
Whoa, brilliant. I'll have to remember that one. That's inspiring is what that is. You keep fighting those fights, Casper. See you at the debrief.
Yeah. Bye, Brian.
That's really cool. That's it. That's awesome. Casper then used that same phrase we just heard earlier that Aiden used. That was from his mum. Casper now used on Brian. So now everyone in the story, apart from maybe Zoe, and that's it, has heard that phrase now. Great stuff, great stuff. But that really might be the sentiment and the vibe now, going into the final chapter then of this entire Breaking Point story mode. The fights that can't be won are the fights you fight the hardest. It all comes down to this, the final race of the season. With a superb effort over the back half of the year, Alfa Romeo have managed to find themselves within striking distance of AlphaTauri, Devin Butler's team. We join at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix 1 month later.
Brian.
Casper! Cassie boy!
Cassie boy.
A big day today. Huge.
Yeah.
Last race of your career. How does it feel?
Well, I don't know. I guess I feel...
Oh, I'm so excited, let me tell you. I'm like a kid at Christmas.
I'm excited for my retirement.
Oh, you're going to be great out there today. I can feel it in my bones. You're going to be terrific. Just remember what I taught you.
And what was that exactly?
Hilarious. I sure will miss you, Cass. Let's go out with a bang, eh? Not literally. Right, I'll leave you to it. Be brilliant. Be wonderful. Good luck.
Okay, it's officially taken 8 episodes, 16 chapters. Brian's officially lost his head. I don't know what that ending was. I don't know what he's been smoking in the morning, what he's had his porridge, but clearly he's on something.
Hello?
Hey, Cass. How's it going?
Yeah, fine. Just a little bit...
Sad?
Yeah, maybe. How's Lils?
She's good. We're just grabbing an early lunch. Do you want to talk to Daddy?
Why aren't you racing anymore, Daddy?
Well, because Daddy's retiring.
Can I retire?
You need a job first, Lily. Hey, who's your favorite driver?
I like Aiden.
Aiden? Did Mommy tell you to say that? Can you put her back on the phone?
Aiden Jackson. Bye, Daddy.
No, just hang on, Lily. Hello? Aiden Jackson.
That's awesome. That's it. That's how things have changed from the start of this story, huh? Now we've got Casper's daughter saying that her favourite driver is Aiden. That's just a bit awkward as well.
Aiden.
Hey, Casper. How's it going?
Yeah, fine. You okay?
Yeah, I just wanted to wish you well, really. And say thank you, for everything.
Hey, you've got nothing to thank me for.
And look, I'm sorry.
I think we've apologized enough by now.
I guess we have. So, the last race of an incredible career. I'll be honoured to witness it.
Thanks, Aiden. I'll see you down there.
See you down there.
Now that seemed like a bit of a somber sort of like, this is it. This is the final outing now, and we've got to do the business there with Aiden, the way he sounded. And Lucas Weber has also emailed us to say he sends our best wishes ahead of the final race, and he wants us to beat Devin Butler. Of course he does. Obviously Lucas Weber, well known with Devin Butler back on the F1 2019 F2 story mode, and we've also been given some motivation with some pizza for after the race if we do well. So that's always going to motivate me. Pizza is my favourite food, so that would definitely motivate me personally. Don't know about Casper, but with that then, here we go. The main part of Chapter 16, the final chapter. Knowing they need to finish ahead of both AlphaTauri drivers, Casper Akerman makes a push up the pack as he sets his sights on Devin Butler and a 4th place in the Constructors' Championship. We join at Abu Dhabi on race day.
Welcome to Abu Dhabi, and we're just about to start today's race here at the Yas Marina circuit. This is a track known for its long back straight, and it serves as a fantastic opportunity for overtaking, going into the slow speed corners that follow it. We have 21 corners here at the Yas Marina circuit, 12 to the left and 9 to the right. It's a total lap distance of just over 3.4 miles. There are 2 long back straights opening up some passing opportunities into the braking zones, and we expect average lap speeds of around 123 miles an hour. Alfa Romeo could catch AlphaTauri today, but it's a pretty tall order. And are you still surprised they are where they are?
I am, to be honest, yeah. When you look back at how they finished last season, the fight they had in Canada, the antagonism on and off track, these two really weren't getting on. I think a lot of people, myself included, had written them off.
Well, they've been nothing if not surprising, the Alfa Romeo pair. Of course, neither driver may be with them next season.
Yeah, it's Ackerman's last race today. I'll certainly be sorry to see him go. And they say Jackson and Ferrari are in talks, so who knows?
Well, Ferrari continue to be cagey about that open seat next season, claiming that no decision's been made just yet, and they'll see how this season concludes first. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso, Leclerc, Butler, Norris and Carlos Sainz, Vettel, Ackerman, Aiden Jackson and Gasly, Mazepin, Ocon, Daniel Ricciardo and Mick Schumacher, Latifi and George Russell ends our grid lineup. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race. Plenty of overtakes from this man Ackerman today, and here's another one to chalk off. This guy shouldn't be retiring from Formula One. And what's happening here? It looks like Gasly's retiring. And I'm not sure what the issue is, but there's a potential opportunity here for Alfa Romeo, as it seems that Devon Butler's been left alone to see off the competition.
And he's not having the best of days, Crofty. A few mistakes creeping in here and there, a few lockups. This race isn't over yet.
Quicker than Butler now, Casper. Outstanding work. We've got a chance here.
Roger.
Let's make that push. We're all behind you.
I'm on it.
Here we go then, the final race in this story. That intro was absolutely gas, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, love the CGI work on this entire story. It's been fantastic, and that ending right there to set us up for this race was sick. And our objective right now is to beat Butler and get him by lap number 9. So we have to try and go and chase after Lance Stroll first of all. Bit of traffic in the last sector. Obviously Abu Dhabi difficult to overtake at times, but a dive down the inside will get us up into P10 and give us some crucial clean air to go chasing after the others. And there's a bit of a train here with Norris, Ocon and the Ferrari there of Sainz as well. So hopefully we can look to pass all three of them in quick succession, but going a little bit wayward there and using a lot of the curb and the runoff area, because, you know, with the new 2021 curb systems and the physics, Abu Dhabi's gone even more like a roller coaster with these curbs, and it's really quite tough out there, but we're making the most of it, and we're setting 2 purple sectors. The fast lap of the Grand Prix. We are the fastest man out there. We're going round the outside of Lando Norris, and the McLaren defends really well though, and we have to stick in behind for P10, try and cut in a bit tight here and get a tighter line through the right-hander, get a good exit, bit of ERS usage round the outside. We're going to feed this through easy, does it, roll the car through, jink to the right, slow the thing down just before the hairpin left, and we're up into P9, and now we're going to set our sights on Esteban Ocon. We'll have DRS of course, and we've got a decent amount of ERS overtake mode to deploy as well, so opening that rear flap, gaining the speed. Stop deploying ERS though halfway down the straight because I wasn't sure we would absolutely catch him, so I wanted to save some ERS for maybe the second bite of the cherry in the next straight. But Ocon very slow actually, and he hits the curb on the inside there and hops over, and that just allows us to swim through very easily actually then in the end. So Ocon made my life easier, thank you very much, and we're up into P8 then and chasing after Carlos Sainz, and that ERS coming in handy to catch up to the Ferrari. You saw there how much we gained with the DRS and using the rest of the overtake mode on that straight, and now really closing up to Sainz in the last sector. Can we get a move done on the inside? I feel like we got a good exit here. Bit of ERS usage here on the inside, flat out commitment, foot on the right pedal, and we're so close to the wall. That orange barrier was inches away from smashing our front right, but that's the sort of commitment we need in a season finale, a story finale like this in the Breaking Point story mode on F1 at 2021. We catch up to Butler. This is it. We need to overtake him, and that is our objective here, and we're doing it well before lap number 9 here. Lap number 7, DRS open. We've not got that much ERS though to use. We're in 16%, so we're not deploying any at the moment, but that still won't stop us from making a move. Butler goes defensive. We're on the outside line, cutting in tight to try this switch, but Butler sees it coming and defends from us quite successfully, to be fair to him. But we're going to get the second bite of the cherry of DRS, deploy a little bit of ERS as well to boost us through, and we're now side by side, and this should be a pretty simple pass to get past Butler well before lap number 9.
So Alfa Romeo potentially on track to really upset AlphaTauri here, with Ackerman leading Butler and Jackson not too far behind. Butler's closing in on Ackerman. He's trying to win that place back, but which way's he going to go? Down the inside he goes, and they've hit each other. That's really aggressive from Devon Butler. He sends both cars spinning out. Butler into the barrier, and that looks to be the end of the race for him.
Too late on the brakes. I'm sure the stewards will be looking at this one after the race.
But the Alfa Romeo car's still moving. The Dutchman looks to be continuing, and
it's great to see him still in this fight, Crofty, but he has suffered significant damage. There are points still up for grabs today, though, don't forget.
Well, that is significant, but can Casper Ackerman's Alfa Romeo finish?
You okay, Casper? The data this end suggests the car is compromised.
That's fine. I can finish.
Butler's out the race.
Butler's out, we have a shot. Jackson's closing fast, Casper.
Okay.
You need to go for third, Aiden.
Bobby, third. What about Casper?
What, we let Aiden pass?
Let Aiden pass. Do the best you can, Casper. How's the car?
Good enough. Will you give a message to Aiden?
You need to pass Casper, Aiden.
Copy.
He says you'd better get on that podium.
That would get the team fourth.
Maybe, if Casper's car holds out.
I guess I better get on that podium then.
Hey, this is Gas, and we're back where it all started. We're now driving as Aiden Jackson once again, and our objective is updated to finish on the podium. Hopefully Ackerman's car, keeps stable. He's able to finish in the points, but we need to maximise the most that we can do and go out there and get a podium to give ourselves the best shot of getting 4th place in the Constructors. We're chasing after Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari. He's on the hard compound, so we are on the quicker tyre. We've got 4 laps left to go, and we're in P6, so we need to get a move on here around the outside. The same move we did on Lando Norris earlier. A bit of a pinch then, contact made as we were a little bit overconfident with where we placed the car, but no bother. And now we can go chasing after Sergio Perez. We're going to catch up to him on lap number 11 pretty quickly, actually, to be fair, as the Alfa Romeo much improved in this alternative Formula 1 universe of ours in Breaking Point. And we're just going to be patient here. We caught him up the hairpin, so we'll have DRS now on this main straight, and then up the road is Valtteri Bottas. So that is the man we're looking to overtake to get the podium. Of course it is Bottas flagging behind, but even so, he's in a Mercedes, so this is going to be a little bit close here. 1.8 the gap is. We've been flying in this other Alfa Romeo of ours. We've driven 2 of them tonight around Abu Dhabi, but let's see if we can do it. We've only got 4 laps left to go after this one, so I think it is going to be a pretty tight affair to get the podium, but we're going to give it our best shot, and we do catch up to Bottas then. 6/10 the gap, and we're within 1 second for DRS on the last lap of the Grand Prix. This is it. We've got a 2/3 of a lap to go to get the podium. And you can see behind us, Ackerman, he's actually done so well. He's up into P5, so we could definitely get 4th place in the Constructors with the podium. We go to the inside of Bottas, but it's going to be really close to the apex. Bottas squeezes us almost completely off circuit into the curb, but we go for the switchback move, the Nico Rosberg on Max Verstappen from 2016. Switch it from left to right, get the acceleration, and we get ahead of the Finn up into 3rd place. And all we've got to do is hold this together and not crack under pressure for the Mercedes car. But our teammate Casper, he's done amazing with a broken car off that crash with Devin Butler. He's somehow overtaken the Red Bull. He's come through, and he's actually not even too far behind us in P5. But here we are then, the last couple of corners as we go towards underneath the Abu Dhabi Yas Marina Hotel. Lewis Hamilton will win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Verstappen in 2nd, but we are going to come through for 3rd place, the podium at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, as Aiden Jackson driving as the character that started it all for us in this story mode. Round the final bend, and that is the podium secured.
Superb effort, mate. Well done. Just brilliant.
Woo-hoo! And they've done it! What a season this has been for Alfa Romeo. Even a race or 2 ago, you wouldn't have believed it, but they finished 4th in the Constructors. If the rumours are to be believed, they'll be reluctant now to let young Aiden Jackson go. What a talent he's proved to be, and an incredible end to an incredible career for Casper Ackerman, who somehow found his way back into the race after that nasty scrape with Butler. What a race here in Abu Dhabi.
Hey boy, get the champagne out. Come on.
Cheers, mate.
Oh, my G, my G. Yes,
Thanks.
G. Good stuff.
Hey.
Casper! We did it.
We did it. Have you seen the crash yet?
No. What happened?
No, I'll let you see it for yourself.
And Butler's okay?
Bruised ego, perhaps. Anyway, I just came to congratulate you all and bid you a fond farewell. It's been a pleasure. And I'll see you later. We'll celebrate.
Stay for a bit.
No, no, no.
Oh, come on. What are they going to do? Discipline you? This isn't my victory, Casper. This is ours.
Oh, well, isn't that touching? Look at it. Oh, look at his face. He's so happy that Aiden said that to him.
Some race. Yeah, some race. You know, you had us all worried for a moment out there. Brian, when have I ever let you down? You really want me to answer that? Best not. Hey, It's been a pleasure. And the pleasure has been mine, Brian. Heck of a career you've had, Cass.
Casper!
And I think you'll want it.
Casper! Casper!
For heaven's sake, man, get out there. You've earned it.
Oh, the thumbs up from Binotto, the big man at Ferrari. Maybe sequel, Breaking Point 2, Aiden at Ferrari maybe? Oh, who knows, but wow. There we have it. There we have it. In loving memory of Murray Walker, that's a classy touch as well at the end, and in loving memory of Max Mosley. That has been F1 2021 Breaking Point, the story mode on this new game. And I don't know about you guys, but I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was really well made. The CGI stuff, as I've said before, has been amazing throughout. But I think the story, the way, the writing and everything, I think they did a great job. All the little things, like the emails as well, the voice messages, the calls, on top of like the voice acting and everything, and the CGI and the cutscenes and everything like that. Yeah, I really digged it. I really digged it. I've had a really good time with it. I think a better time than I actually thought I would. If I'm being completely honest, like I actually definitely enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to, just because I was a bit cautious about, you know, F1 and Cody's doing a story mode. It's the first time they've done anything like it, but I think they've pulled it off really well. And I for one would love to see like a sequel or see something similar or like it again, like another story mode in a future Formula 1 game for sure. And we've actually got an epilogue here at the end. It's nothing like a cutscene or anything, but it's just like the ending area basically for the game. Chapter 16, following the events of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, Jackson and Ackerman managed to secure 4th place finish for Alfa Romeo in the 2021 Constructors' Championship. With adrenaline still pumping through his veins, Jackson takes a moment away from the celebrations, gathering his thoughts in the privacy of his driver room and reflecting upon the journey that has brought him to this moment. Abu Dhabi Grand Prix post-race. So we started off the story mode with, you know, being in Jackson's motorhome, and we obviously then went to Casper's, but we're going to end it off now back in Aiden's motorhome there. And you can see, you know, from where we started to now, you know, you'll notice Aiden Jackson's follower count is a lot larger now than it used to be. 1.1 million followers now. So this kid absolutely blew up over the course of these last 3 seasons, from F2, remember, 2019 to F1 2020 to F1 2021. We've got a note from Ferrari, from Mattia Binotto. Aiden, Mattia here. We've been in touch with your agent, who said you've been delighted to meet us for a chat. We're trying to sort something out for next week. Just wanted to contact you directly and congratulate you for a wonderful performance at Abu Dhabi. Haven't seen a race like that for a long time. Cheers, Mattia. Wow, okay. Okay, things are getting serious for Aiden and Ferrari. That's kind of nice to know as we end off the story and set him on his way, that he might be going off to Ferrari and having an illustrious career. But we've got our pizza confirmation from Jeff, obviously, and then we've got interviews from... and then we've got an interview request as well, obviously following a very sick ending to the season, and the Ferrari rumours are flying about. And then we've got Casper's wife emailing us about dinner as well. Hope you'll forgive me for contacting you out of the blue like this. Listen, Casper's in a bit of a funny mood about retiring. He keeps talking about what a great future he thinks you'll have, which is, oh, that's pretty nice. And it's obvious he's got lots he'd like to say to you. I know him well enough to know that A, he'd love to spend some time with you before we all go home, and B, he'll never ask you himself. We're dining at the Catfish in the Marina tonight, and I've asked the restaurant to add a 3rd seat to the table. Why don't you come celebrate Casper's time with us? Reservations 8 PM. Hope to see you there. That's very touching. It's I like, as I said, I like the fact they've done this little bit with emails, and it, you know, you can now picture and imagine your own little thing of, you know, what's going to go on now for the end of the season and into the future. But that is it then. That is fully now the end. That is the epilogue. That's all to see at the end of Breaking Point. So guys, if you did enjoy this final episode and the last 2 chapters, nay, the entire series of me taking you through the new story mode in F1 2021, then be sure to smash the like button. Let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see, like, get your guys' reactions. Obviously, I've been reading the comments through this series, and it seems like so many of you guys are really hooked into it, and it was great to see, and that's why I'm like, kudos to Cody's, because they've really done it really well. They've executed it really well, and like I said, I think it's gone better than I ever expected it to. And as I did say earlier as well, I would happily have another story mode in a future Formula 1 game, because this was a really fun and different way of playing an F1 game, but in like a really cool way. Like it was a nice refreshing way to play an F1 game compared to just your normal bog standard career mode. But if you're new around here, then guys, be sure to get subscribed, because the My Team career mode does continue on this channel tomorrow, and it'll be daily from now on from tomorrow. But till then, guys, hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Goodbye.